own voice. What do you do when you go to a city and you may know the city better than the drivers, or so you think, or what about when you think you have a better suggestion? You're going to see a couple of those things happening in this skit. Now, I want you to pay close attention because when it's over, we're going to hear a testimony, and then we're also going to take some comments from you about what did you notice, what did you learn, okay? And so here is our skit on One Voice and van protocol, how to act in the van.
Alright, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
I'm glad you guys are here. You all look nice in your costumes. Remember, we're doing the love skit today. These kids have never seen anything like this at all. You are about to change someone's life for the rest of their life. Alright, so make sure that you take this seriously. Keep a prayerful mind. Keep everything in order and decency. I think we're all ready to go. We'll go over the program in the van. Remember, we need to be disciplined as well. These kids don't know anything about discipline. They need to see order, 2 by 2, always. If you're going to the bathroom, 2 by 2, everything. All right, Jalo, help the ladies in the van and out as well. And we're going to load up, so let's go now.
I am on the battlefield for my Lord. I am on the battlefield working for my Lord. And I promised him that I'll serve him. Let's sing another song. Moto, moto, evangeli, moto, 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 evangeli, Jesus. Not where he's going.
All right, guys. Get your attention really quickly. We're going to go over the program since we're almost there. Opening prayer is going to be done by Andre. I hope everybody's writing this down. Opening prayer is done by Andre. And closing prayer is done by Ahmed. Does anybody have any questions about the program?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's all. Keep a prayer in your heart. This is a very important. We're at a JDC. We're trying to change their lives. And so, just keep a prayer in your heart.
Okay, listen, my cousin Tutu was at this JDC, and it seems like we've been on this, we've been here for a long time. Because we don't, excuse me.
Can't do that in the bank.
Hi, Tori. I know we've been on the road for a long time, but if you take Peachtree Ave to Peachtree Street to Peachtree Round, we'll get there much
they in
faster.
All right, everyone, we're here. So let's go ahead and break it down. Remember, 2 by 2, so break it down.
We got here much faster than I thought. Look at that.
Amen. All right. This skit looks pretty familiar. Maybe it happened in the weekend or something. I mean, I don't know anything. But in any case, I want to hear from the audience. And I want some of you who have been on Thanksgiving Mission before, while we're hearing some enhancements, I want you to be thinking of a testimony, something that really stood out to you during your Thanksgiving Mission experience, whether it's your first time or many times, how God encouraged you or shown you something special while you were on a Thanksgiving mission. But in any case, do we have any enhancement? What are some things that you, especially the freshmen, noticed about this skit? What were some things that were good and things that needed work?
I noticed that Ahmed was in the back with his CD player, and he was listening to the music rather than listening to what was going on. So whenever they were getting off the bus and they were saying break it down, he was like, oh. And then he noticed whenever he saw everybody else coming off, but he could have gotten he could have been late or for something or something like that listening to his music.
Powerful, thank you. He also missed instructions, right? He was the last person. And so now when he gets inside, how many have been program planners on the mission? Have you ever experienced that when you have to tell people over and over because they perhaps weren't listening? It can be frustrating, you know, it can really change the climate of the mission in just a few moments. Did you also notice the little dances he was doing? He had some kind of like thing going on. Like, I don't know if he was listening to the gospel, you know? And so we have to be careful on the mission that the music, if we do bring music, and you probably don't even need it really, except for those long trips, you know, but we really don't listen to music, especially when we're on our way somewhere, but maybe on your way to New York it's okay versus on your way to a school presentation. Do you see the difference? And then what you're listening to influences your mind.
I wanted to say, I noticed Lisa's attitude too. Sometimes, I know I've been on missions, and sometimes the way like the leader instructs you will encourage you to do the right thing. Like, because a lot of you, raise your hand if this is your first mission. This is your first, you know? So you're just learning, and it feels like, oh, there's so much to learn, right? But it's okay, like, we'll work with you. It won't be like, I said, sing, you know, it won't be like that, but like love you into it, and I guess just having the right spirit all around, and you don't always have to be singing in the van. Sometimes that's a mess up that we do too, like there can never be talking, you know, like, but that's part of us getting to know. I want to know who Felicia is, and in order to do that, sometimes we might have to talk about, well, you know, what school did you go to? Sometimes there's good conversations, but there's a time for everything. Just like what Mia was saying, if we're on our way to a school presentation, maybe it's not the right time to find out Felicia's life story.
Amen. Thank you for that, Darla, because that can be confusing. I know as a music person, sometimes music may come on because conversations aren't the best. Amen. And so that's a very good note to be mindful of. Okay, what is something else from a freshman? Something else you noticed? Fifi?
I noticed that Cynthia was trying to give Tori directions, and that could be distracting. That's the walk, he knows where he's going, and Andre could help him, not Cynthia who's in the back seat.
Ooh, that's very good. Good job, Fifi. That's so hard. It's so tempting. I remember when Naps came to Nashville, which is my hometown, and I'm like, man, they are taking the long way, you know? But I had to keep it in my mind because, you know, even though you may be in your hometown, you may know a better route or a better way, and you may even be right. Like, we may wind up late. I mean, it's not bad to mention to the driver something, but if you do, you might want to do it before we get on the road, and you definitely don't want to make a scene, right, the way that Cynthia did, because that can be confusing. The drivers are praying, there's traffic, there's craziness going on the road, and so then somebody's like, you know what I'm saying? So you just want to be mindful of that. Okay, we can take two more freshmen. There is two more things that happen. Okay, I just see Shonette.
And another thing I saw was when the, I forgot her name, the young lady was in formation, and she was talking about her life and what was going on in her life and stuff like that. And that could be another way for her to miss instructions, and plus she's getting out of formation.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. One more. There was something happening. There was music going on. Oh, I think you guys already talked about that. I guess I'll just say another note. There may be some times, though, that you'll feel like your music person is singing too many songs, right? Like, you may be like, okay, this song has gone on forever. Or you may think, oh, why are we still singing? But it's very important to support your music person, amen? Because the Lord will show them when it's too many songs, and you never know what might be going on. Sometimes a stressful situation has happened, or the police may come, you know, and a song is needed to just keep everybody in the right frame of mind. They may have a purpose for why they're doing it, so just try to support your music person, and if you feel like, man, it's going on too long, maybe just pray like, Lord, if this isn't what we're supposed to be doing, like, show them, right? But don't you write them a note or, you know, stop singing so they can get the point and stuff like that. I saw Chance in the back.
Especially like in New York, well, any city, but New York in particular, if you don't sing and if it's quiet in the van, you're gonna hear some stuff that you really don't want to hear. Some songs, I mean, sometimes you pass by, you know, people booming, and then all of a sudden you just start, your next start bobbing. So it helps us out too. So especially for New York, you want to have some sweet songs, but mix up the songs too. Music committee people, because sometimes we can wear the same song to the music. So I'm just saying, music people have a balance. it's not really the time for hymns, you know.
Okay, this is good. So that tells me, you know, on Thursday, it really is going to be an important meeting. We'll have time to break into our committees. So some of you that may be laughing are on music committee. Make sure you go to your training, okay? Because Miss Lisa has some good notes and some ways to avoid a lot of that from happening. And so please make sure once you learn which committee you're on that you start going to those meetings and listen to that training every word, because she won't be everywhere, amen? Okay, I believe Lisa